Chapter 3: The Hero's Awakening Part 1. The days passed quickly since Alex discovered the coded message and began his search for answers. The date was November 1st and New York City was in the cold mist of autumn. On a freezing morning, Alex was in his small apartment. The walls were covered with piles of documents and notes that reflected his obsession. His office table was surrounded by stacks of books and documents related to the enigma that had consumed him. He had given up nights of restful sleep in search of clues. The coded message revealed a complex pattern of numbers and symbols, but one word began to stand out: Viridian. It was the first real clue he'd found, and he wasn't going to waste it. He investigated every corner of his apartment and finally discovered that Viridian was not a location but a technology corporation operating in New York. Alex decided to visit the Viridian offices and present himself as a curious researcher. His police badge would help her gain access. When he got there, the impressive glass facade of the Viridian skyscraper rose in front of him. As he entered the lobby, the bright lights and neatness of the place contrasted with the uneasiness he felt. Each step echoed on the marble floor, marking the path toward answers he longed for but feared to discover. "Good morning, how can I help you?" asked the secretary with her professional smile. "I'm Detective Alex Turner, New York Police Department. I am investigating a matter related to his company, and I would like to ask a few questions." The secretary seemed surprised, but she politely pointed him to the waiting room. As he waited, Alex noticed his pulse quicken, a mix of nervousness and anticipation. Soon, a man in a smart suit and a friendly smile was hiding something else, something Alex was determined to discover, and he approached to greet him. It was Viridian Director Robert Hartman. "Detective Turner, how can I help you?" Hartman said, and the smile on his face couldn't completely hide the tension in his eyes. Alex wasted no time and showed him the coded message. Hartman seemed intrigued and admitted that Viridian was involved in secret research involving alien DNA and nanobot technology. Alex's mother had been involved in that project before her disappearance. "I understand you're looking for answers, Detective Turner, but we can't offer you any more information. The investigation is classified as top secret." Alex wasn't about to give up so easily. He knew he had to push harder. "Mr. Hartman, my mother was involved in this project, and she has been missing for years." Hartman let out a tired sigh and, with a serious gesture, motioned for me to follow him to his office on the 21st floor of the imposing tower. As we walked through the hallways, the soft lights highlighted the understated elegance of the place. The executive atmosphere was in the air, and each step echoed on the marble floor. As she reached his office, a solid oak door opened with a soft click. As they entered the office, the oak door closed behind them with a dull sound, an elegant space with exquisitely designed oak furniture, exuding a sense of authority. As Alex looked around the office, he noticed the camouflaged secret compartment, and his mind buzzed with the idea of what it might contain. Hartman, with calculated elegance, proposed having a drink at a luxurious bar that was located in the discreet corner of the office. The dim lighting and the clinking of glasses created an atmosphere of confidentiality. During the chat at the bar, between sips of an aged whiskey, we exchanged comments about the city, the complexities of work, and other seemingly trivial but meaningful topics. The conversation flowed, charged with confidentiality, sometimes punctuated by polite laughter, hiding the underlying tension in the office. It didn't escape Alex's attention, who felt like every word spoken was a piece of the puzzle slowly coming together. Alex wasn't willing to give up. He knew he had to push harder. "Mr. Hartman, I need to know what happened to you and if Viridian has any leads." Hartman looked uncomfortable but finally nodded. "I understand your concern, Detective. His mother was a valuable scientist on our team, but what she was researching was highly confidential. We cannot disclose details without official authorization." Alex felt like he was at a stalemate, but he wasn't ready to give up. "Mr. Hartman, I would appreciate any information you can provide me. My mother disappeared without a trace, and I am willing to do whatever it takes to find her." Hartman, as if he was waiting for the right moment, "Alex, there's something you need to see," he said in a serious tone. He moved through the elegant office, where a secret compartment, camouflaged within an exquisitely designed oak cabinet, housed a safe. He entered a code, and the office echoed with the soft electronic hum of the safe's digital keypad. The mechanical sound of the internal mechanism giving way filled the room. With a precise turn of the handle, the safe door opened. He rummaged through some documents and pulled out a sealed file. "This is the only thing I can offer you, Detective Turner. A security report on the last time we had contact with her mother. I hope she helps you in your search for her." Alex was grateful for the information and took the sealed file with trembling hands, feeling the coldness of the paper between his fingers. The weight of responsibility and the urgency of his mission were accentuated as he left the office. He knew that this was just the beginning of his path to the truth. Night fell over the city as Alex left the Viridian Tower. The flickering lights and distant hum of the city were the backdrop to his tumultuous thoughts. Each step took him closer to the truth, but also deeper into the enigma surrounding his mother and the Pandora Project. After visiting Viridian and obtaining additional information, he began to investigate more about the corporation and its facilities. He discovered that Viridian had a secret research laboratory on the outskirts of the city. Out of curiosity, Alex decided to undergo scientific tests to better understand his origin and his abilities.